Good morning, Scorpio. Welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back. For those of you who are new, welcome to the channel. I am Nicole. Thank each and every single one of you for joining me. This reading is going to be for your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus. Cross watcher, if that is you, welcome to the channel as well. Guys, always discern the messages. I repeat myself every video, but for good reason, in case there's somebody new tuning in. Scorpio, let's see, let's start with the fact that I want to say thank you to all my subscribers, people who have liked, shared the channel as well. So thank you all for that. That's super bright. So there we go. That's better. So donations, booking personal readings. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. If you guys are interested in personal services, that information is found in the description box below, as well as the about section of the page. And you can find me at holisticallyzenwv.com for a full list of products and services. So Scorps, meditating a little bit before I opened up the reading. Pardon the raspiness this morning. My allergies or something's going on. 'Tis the back to school season, right? Germs everywhere. So Scorps, perseverance and strength is going to lead you to where you need to be. You didn't come this far to stop now. And it's funny because I said something very similar last night during a full moon event that I held. For all of us in general, right? You don't get to that threshold without wanting and needing to cross over it. You've deserved the right to do that. So Scorpio, very much that. They also talked about sugar, so watch your sugar intake as well. Clean, healthy kind of diets are needed at this time. And there was some other messages and I can't remember them, so hopefully they'll come back out in the reading. I just let spirit flow and do its thing with me, and sometimes I remember, sometimes I don't. And as I say this and I knock on the deck, keep going is sitting on the bottom. So Scorpio, let's see what's going on for you in the month of September. Spirit already is just bringing into the fact of finances for you as well. So let's see, they're bringing up finances too. So let's see what's happening here. Choice and allow. Scorpio, the thing that's sticking out to me with that allow is the word all. It's part of that allow. I also am hearing all or nothing. So, and that could be the choices that you're making. Like if you're going to dive into something, you're going to do it wholeheartedly. No longer letting your energy be so scattered as it once was, that it's like, if I'm going to take this path, I'm going to take this path and I'm going to go at that full force. Scorpio, you can tend to be a bit of a perfectionist at times, and it's like, you don't ever do anything half-hearted. It's, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to go all in. And you may have found throughout these retrogrades or different cycles as well, that your energy was very scattered and you couldn't quite focus on any one particular thing. So I do feel like that is changing for you. So for Scorpio for the month of September, please. Keep going comes out again. You see me shuffle the cards. There you go, right? What I just say is we open this reading, Spirit said perseverance is going to see you through. If you feel like you've been met with some challenges along the way, understand that it's been for your higher good. You may see things falling out of your life, new things and people coming in as well. And I'm going to read it to you. It may feel as though you've been on this path or journey for so long, and you may even wonder if you're making any progress towards your dreams. This message is a loving reminder for you to keep going. You're almost there. Again, talking about that threshold. I know I kind of tend to repeat myself sometimes, but guys, it's the emphasis. It's what Spirit gives me. It's the emphasis of what you've done to date. When you think back even the last 6 months and go, this is where I was, this is where I am. Wow, what a change. It's like giving yourself the credit that you're due for the work and the effort that you've put in. It's not giving up at the last minute. It's continuing to persevere. I posted something on Facebook not long ago talking about that 11th hour. I think I cited that to, what song was it? I can't remember, but it was like, don't count me out, don't count you out, right? Like you've got to be your own cheerleader, your own advocate as you keep moving forward. Fresh start. This is going to open new doors of opportunity as well for you, Scorpio. You've been given the opportunity to begin again. Allow yourself to embrace this new life and open fully to this gift that you've been given. For Scorpios and I think it's a collective thing when it comes to Scorpio, where you've struggled, you've fought the fight, you've exhausted yourself trying to get through certain things. This fresh opportunity, this new start that's beginning for you is giving you a space that is opening you up to the divine flow, opening you up to a creative process. And this pivot underneath with this is, think about the ideas that you have of how easily and effortlessly life can flow for you. And I really feel like your focus is going into that, what it is that you can do for yourself to make life so much simpler. It's going back to the very basics, right? Where, again, you may have felt that you were pushing against the grain, you were, struggling to get through things. Everything seemed to be harder than it needed to be. Understand that it's like the slate has been cleared for you to some extent, that now you get to have this new beautiful way of life, that you've worked through everything that you needed to date to this point, right? Do not get stuck in a headstrong sense that this is the way I've always done it. So it is exploring new options, exploring new ways of doing things, and being comfortable with that. And I think, Scorpio, even though as a fixed sign we tend to 555 changes, right? Changing your mind, changing the way you do things. That even though you are a fixed sign, you'll be able to transmute this energy of change for yourself for the better. It is coming in, it is working. I feel like Spirit is saying you need to open yourself up to the possibilities. I always say, right, in general, and I know I'm stuttering for words here, there will be clues along the path, right, of spiritual significance that are going to show you the way. And that's kind of how I feel about this, is that you're starting to pay closer attention to the signs around you. It's trusting that intuitive voice. I feel like there's a lot of introspection through these retrogrades for you of how you got to this point. It is, hindsight of looking back and going, these things worked, these people worked, this is why I brought these people into my life, I gave them room and space. You're starting to recognize that the things that are leaving your life, it's because you're emitting boundaries. You're changing your perspective on how you're dealing with people and things, situations. It's opening you up to new horizons. So for Scorpio, please, in the month of September, Spirit, we're going to take the resolution and connection. I'm going to read, lighten up. Scorpio, don't be so serious. How many times I've heard that as a Scorpio? Lighten up, Scorps, right? Don't take it so seriously. Resolution. Whatever it is that you've been struggling with is about to be resolved. Remember that resolutions don't always happen in the way we hope or want, but being able to move forward and start fresh always brings relief. Scorpio, again, while reading that, Spirit brought attention to your finances. Something is going to happen. There's going to be a new connection that's coming in for you that is going to alleviate any stress or struggles that you've had surrounding your finances. Anything of stability. And I really do feel like your need for stability is what is at the forefront, or creating a new stable space. What I keep seeing with this fresh start, and I they're bringing my attention to this, it's just a flat plot of land where there's been nothing, and you get to build from that space. You get to create and plant those seeds of those fresh starts, right? And I feel like there's going to be a lot of patience within you, maybe patience that you didn't know you had, or patience you've just, typically would not embrace, that is going to allow you to create and plant those seeds and be patient as they begin to unfold for you. You're being asked to connect with others in meaningful ways. Sometimes it's helpful to get new perspectives and to simply be around other people. You're in need of this right now, and deep connections will benefit you in many ways. Spirit is talking about like the human aspect of our soul, right? That we need to feel appreciated. We all need to feel appreciated, right? But it's like you're going to find like a soul tribe. This connection is about soul tribe, and it's bringing in new people and new ideas. It is the energy that I feel attached to that is like, this is going to sound so strange, like a vacant energy of a vast opportunity, that it's like, again, that slate has been cleared. I wish I could like plug my head in and show you guys what Spirit shows me. But it's like you're starting to rebuild, that fresh start, rebuild everything in a completely different way. Your life is not the same as it was 6 months ago, even 3 days ago. And it's going to continuously change for you, Scorpio. Connect to that, embrace that. And I do feel like you will embrace this. I feel like you're having a little bit of a hard time trusting how this works out, But I also don't feel you for a change getting up into your headspace, questioning how this works out for you. You just know that it's like you're part of a being. You're part of that presence, that part of that awareness. I'm about to sneeze. Excuse me, confirmation of the same there. But it's like with this new space, this new opportunity, you're not butting against it. You don't understand it almost. It's almost like a space of looking around and going, I don't know what this means, but I'm going to just be in the moment and I'm going to take it for what it is, and then we'll figure the rest out later. But it is bringing you positive change at the end of the day. So, all right, Scorpio, let's see. Let's see what else is going on for you for Scorpio spirit in the month of September. Too many cards. Patience, the world. You may find too, as you're moving through things, I think the worst phase of seeing some truths has already happened for you, but there may still be some underlying lingering energy there. The one card, the world, is like a blue, it kind of reminds you of a blue moon. We just had that blue moon yesterday. This time period for you is like an incubation period of understanding what is to come. Getting clear on what it is that is peaceful to you. So if you've lived a life, Scorpio, and I can attest to the same as a Scorpio myself, in the recent years, that everything was chaotic, everything was just crazy. And now it's like you are finally at a place where maybe you've run off of that craziness and that chaos because it kept you moving. It gave you a reason to keep moving forward. You're over it. You're done with it. You don't want to do it anymore. If it brings chaos, if it brings conflict, if it brings arguments, it brings hostilities, it brings drama, there's no desire for any of that in your life. You know, these people, places, things, situations, you are just letting them fall to the wayside. There's no room for your life, or no room in your life for those things anymore. Door to value. You may have felt that other people may not have seen you in the positive light that they once did. And what that is telling me is that it's with these retrogrades, like there are people in your life who are not supposed to be there. They may not see your value. They may not see your worth. And I think at some point it's kind of gotten you up in your own head. And that's where this keep going comes from. If they can't see that within you, they don't deserve a space in your life. They don't deserve to be there. And it's almost like, Scorpio, it feels like you have fought that fight for so long. I always tell people, tell me no and watch me, right? And it feels like all of a sudden that fire of that tell me no and watch me isn't there. It's tired, right? It's like, I'm tired of fighting. I'm tired of fighting for that balance. I'm tired of fighting for what's right. I'm tired of just engaging in these energies. And Scorpio, I will say, and we're going to clarify this, Spirit is addressing that the past is the past. This is done. That inverted 31 is a 13. It is done. You are putting an end to that. That you don't have to be in fight and flight mode anymore. That need for survival doesn't exist within you anymore. It's not about surviving anymore. It's about actually living the life that your dreams are made of. What it is that you've brought to the surface within you of what truly inspires you to live a life of peace. So you're not giving weight to it, but I feel like somewhere in the back of your mind, it has created some hard feelings that you've had to sit with that were uncomfortable. Know that Spirit is moving you in a gentler way, even though it may feel very heavy from time to time, okay? You may also feel like your finances have been, in upheaval as well. Again, all of those things, all of that strife is coming to an end. For Scorpio in the present energy for September. Blossoming abundance, Spirit, or Scorpio. The sun. Again, I cannot stress enough to you, and I will repeat myself the whole way through this reading. You are on the precipice of immense change. You're setting your sights on goals that are realistic. You're setting your sights on goals that are in alignment with who you truly are. And through that, Spirit is hearing you. Spirit is hearing the call that You know, we've watched Scorpio do these things. We've watched Scorpio push through the grain. We've watched Scorpio, you know, handle things with the utmost respect. And yet, like, we're aware. We're aware, and the timing is right. Third week of September sticks out to me, okay? So that takes us into Libra season. The abundance is coming. The flow is going to start. This is in all matters, from your happiness to your home, to your work, to your money, to the internal peace that you're seeking. It's coming. And I find it funny too, the sunflower, that's harvest, right? That's harvest season. That's harvesting our rewards. On top, at the bottom of that is that sun. Identical, right? It's coming, Scorpio. It's coming. I just feel like you need to remind yourself this is now is not a time to give up on what it is that you're heading into. Spirit just said that this period is just been a reevaluation phase for you. Storm warning, Scorps, and beyond the bottom, you are probably going to see people who are trying to pop back up in your life at some point that maybe had counted you out, put you down, helped to create conflict, and you were left to resolve this conflict in one way or another. And now they want to come back in. You're not going to allow that to happen. Give me 1 second. I'm going to grab my coffee. You're not going to allow that to be a thing for you. They want to come in. They want to create and cause confusion in you. I'm not a big reader into the dramatics of things. It's typically not how I read. But when I see this, that's what Spirit is bringing to my awareness, right? With these two in the bottom, they too equal a 3. Everything about where you have been has been about the external world, right? And I feel like through this, you're navigating what is peace. What is peace for you? What does it look like? How does it feel? You're no longer allowing those external factors to create the destruction that it once had. And when other people who maybe have not been in a space of, you know, integrity has been a big word right now. This whole shift that we're going through is very much about spiritual integrity. That if they've not stood in that, that's not your problem. They can be on the outside looking in and going, how the hell did Scorpio do this? How did they turn it around? How did they do X, Y, and Z? Remember who has been there for you for the right reasons as you move forward. Because people will come back around with their hand out asking for something. You know, you get to your, as I had worded it on my own thing, the 11th hour, right? And they bail. Keep that in mind. Because Libra too, you think about Libra, that is the balancing of the scales. For every high, there's a low. For every low, there's a high. And what is just is just. Some people tend to forget that, Scorps. Don't be one of them. And don't be one of them. All right, the one thing I forgot to pull was the mantra cards. You know, these readings the last couple of days have been going a little bit longer than I would like them to, but you know, that's my job to put the messages out there, so hopefully you guys are staying tuned in and tuned on to this. Again, while I'm shuffling, personal readings are open and available to you as well. So, you know, if you want to dive into your situation a little deeper, reach out to me, okay? Mantras for Scorpio, please, Spirit. Creating cooperation. More gets accomplished when everyone has a role to play. Again, you may be connecting with this new soul family, this new soul tribe that is going to help you step into this fresh start in a much more fluid way. I feel like, again, before Scorpio, a lot of struggles, right? With this fresh start, you're going to find like-minded people who are going to look out for your best interest from a loving heart space rather than from a space of ego. Acknowledging apprehension. When it's a yes, nothing can stop me. When I'm unsure, it's always a no. It is trusting your own intuition as you create the start. And again, pay attention to how situations and people make you feel. Your feelings are the strongest indicator. You stay out the hell out of your head, right? Your feelings are going to be the strongest indicator. I can't talk. God, Mercury retrograde. Because you're going to know if it feels even slightly off. You know that there's something within you that says, do you really want to go there? Is this the most comfortable thing, the comfortable space you can be in? But I also feel this is a matter of you learning to truly discern who belongs in your life and why, or what belongs in your life and why. It's a lot of external factors, Scorps, but I think you're making it make sense for you. So Scorpio. I also feel like for you, it's always been like waiting for the other shoe to drop. So it's like if things are peaceful, can I be comfortable in that? Is that okay? Is that a safe space to be? Yeah, it is. It doesn't, not everything is always going to go wrong, but when you become, there you are, Scorpio, you are manifesting from a higher space, believe it or not. You've understood the lack. You've understood what it is to be emotionally empty. But you got to turn around, right? Like they keep going. It's kind of like feeling a bit defeated, but knowing that you've got everything there. And it's like trying to figure out how you go about moving forward in that regard. So just, hang in there with that. What is the story to value for Scorpio, please, Spirit? The star tried to come out there. Wish fulfillment. Listen, you know what's on the other side of this chaos. 10 of Wands. Exhausted, beat up, burdened, struggles, strife. The Ace of Wands comes out sideways, and so does the 5 of Wands. A lot of Wands energy, a lot of movement. Not all of my favorite Wands there, for sure. Page of Cups and the Magician. You are holding out hope for something that is more balanced. It's almost like you're starting to reconnect with love within the self. Again, anything that wasn't coming in loving, if it was coming in with conflict, drama, situations of the same that tend to dim your light, tend to slow you down, that they felt harder than they needed to be. You're just not going to do this. The past is just struggle and strife. Feeling like the world might be fighting against you, or people are fighting against you in general. They're all out for themselves in that 5 of Wands. What can I gain? I'll beat the hell out of you to get where I'm going. And you are done. You are laying those burdens down. That it doesn't have to be that way anymore, is really what I want to say to you, Scorpio. Blossoming abundance. Could be dealing with a Virgo, the Hermit card. The King of Wands, Sag, Leo, and Aries energy there as well. The 6 of Cups. Scorpio, you are finding balance in the heart space. Maybe you had to do some real heavy evaluating on particular things in your life. That Hermit, he's carrying the wisdom. And I also feel like somebody is approaching you in some capacity with lessons that they too have learned. There is a reunion of some sort here with this 6 of Cups. It's coming back around and trying to give an equal space. Loving, nurturing, caring. It's about your home. It's about becoming very aware of your boundaries, asserting your boundaries. After the upheaval, someone is going to come in and help lift you, whether you recognize it or not. The 8 of Pentacles, the High Priestess, the 8 of Swords. Staying out of your thought processes. Maybe you were shut off to intuition for a while on certain subjects or situations. And again, that 8 of Pentacles, it keeps reminding me of the fact that you're almost there. You are almost there. You need to keep moving. You need to keep going, Scorpio. You're working on your foundational energy, the firmness of it, right? It's really creating those structures. They're going to be long lasting. I feel like there's, again, some sorrow and regret to this 6 of Cups for some reason. You had to move out of that 5 to get to that 6, where it's equal and reciprocal, right? It is loving. It is nurturing. It is all things beautiful. Like, here's what I have to give you, let me give. You may be in a space of trying to give back to somebody for things that they have done to help you as well. But it's been a lesson for you. It's almost like a lesson that has tamed you. It's tamed that King of Wands, that fiery, determined energy. But that fire is still there. It's like reconnecting with those inner parts of you. And then coming to reason with the lessons that have happened as well. It's been about that learning curve. It's about setting off on your own to figure out who you are and what it is that you desire to have. It's reconnecting with your children if you have children. Maybe connecting with just your inner child as well. All right, let's see. What's this? Oh, everything's falling out. There's that star showing its face again. All right. Scorpio, I'm telling you, like, dream your biggest dreams. Dream your biggest dreams right now. Because they're on the other side of what it is that you feel like you're so tired of doing. Storm warning. The moon and the 6 of Wands on the split. Again, I feel like you can't quite see how this plays out for your successes at the end of the day. But in the same breath, there's also people around you who do not want to see you succeed. And I hate to say that, but it's the truth. The 6 of Swords, it is moving on to calmer waters. And ironically, falling into this new storm, right? The 3 of Pentacles. I will say this, and this is what's coming through, and you got the King of Pentacles, which is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. The 3 of Pentacles there. Moving into calmer waters, but there's this storm warning. If you have somebody coming back around, pay attention to their motives of why they want to work with you. I said that earlier about this card, that there could be people popping back into your life that want to reconnect. Why? Why? It's like Spirit is coming in to test you one more time before you cross that threshold. I don't feel like if you've had a fiery energy to things in the past, or even recently, you're not going to do it the same way. It's like you've resolved yourself to new beginnings and new partnerships. And this may even be a little scary for you that you're doing this so differently than before. But when these other people pop back in and want to try to show themselves, it's almost like judgment is being created upon these people, whether it's from you or from Spirit. Like they made their own judgment call, and now as a result of that, you've had to judge the situation based upon what is best for you. It is karmic balance at the end of the day. You may find that you're working easier with some people than you have in the past, and maybe I'm going to say you can't quite get away from as well, for whatever reason. Maybe you can't completely boot them out of your life. But new beginnings are at hand. New opportunities, new plans, new growth. You're ready for this movement. You're ready for this. And not all storms are bad, right? Like they come in and clear things out. So I'm going to get a little bit more on this. The Queen of Wands. You are partnering with somebody in your life that is going to help propel you. That's going to help breathe life into you. That sees you for who you are. You may in the past have turned your back on this situation because it felt like it was too bumpy, too hard to climb through. The 4 of Pentacles is asking you to hold on to what you've created so far. Because like there's, again, the adjustment of the finances. You're working your way from the 3 to the 4. I've worked on this. I'm going to try to preserve as much of it as I can. But also don't hold on to control so much that you are not making any movement whatsoever. The Queen of Cups, Scorps. There you be. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Knight of Swords. I'm telling you, and I hate to say these things, but when somebody sees you stepping up and moving on into this amazing, prosperous space, they're coming in hot and heavy, pissed. You've nurtured and worked through the things that you've needed to work through. And I'm going to say to you too, Scorpio, you could be dealing with another feminine energy that was trying to come back in and create some form of, there's some secrecy behind this. There's some reason behind this. There's some reason they want to come back in and work with you. And through that, it's like you're able to really intuitively, like you're looking at this in Scorpio, right? You know your stuff. You're like, absolutely not. I am not giving you another thing. I am not investing into this. I'm holding back what I've worked for myself. So if you see these people popping up, like you have somebody else who is coming in and they're going to help push you forward, but you've got this other person who's coming in going, let me show you. Oh no. No, 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 no. We're not doing this. What is their intention, Spirit? Ooh, it's emotional manipulation. Oh, yeah. Listen, they've already... they've stabbed you in the back one too many times. That star, that Six of Wands, again, Scorpio, it's right there. You start to see this prosperous balance, this new beginning, these opportunities. All of a sudden, you start glowing up. You start stepping into your power. You start taking the reins again. You start moving lighter. Your smiles, you're happy, you're moving on. They're going to be like, wow, is she cold? Wow, is he cold? Wow, you know, however you identify. Wow, like what's your deal? What's your problem? Nothing. I'm just not giving it to you. Too much backstabbing, too much betrayal, too much hurt, too much pain, too much heartbreak. You know, it's like, I can forgive you, but I haven't forgotten how you chose to behave. Something came to a very abrupt end when it comes to this specific person. What does Scorpio do? I talked about that judgment. There it is. Reaping the rewards of what it is you've put in. If you've done good, there's your dharma and your karma, right? Like if you've done good, you have nothing to worry about. If you have moved through without integrity, you probably should be concerned. You got the Emperor coming out in the reverse on that side with that person. Now it's woe is me. Well, you've made your choices. You've made your decisions. We had some type of soulmate contract. Something had to happen, but it's been illuminated. You know, it's amazing how people will come back into your life once they see you doing well, but they can't stick around for the struggles. Yeah, it's creating time, space, and distance. You're done. Oh, that was the other thing, too, that just reminded me. Spirit talked about traveling in September, too, Scorpio. So I don't know what that means for you, but opportunities are at hand for you. I also feel like when it comes to work and business, for Scorpio, let's see, you're taking a different approach to that. You might not have a full plan yet as to how it is you're going to move forward. You may have to really put in a lot of work, but it's going to balance out to bring you that Four of Wands, that Empress, the Nine of Wands, the Justice card. Yeah, the Page of Swords. Technology and communication. I think if you're going to work on technology endeavors, if you're working on computers or whatever it is, there's so many various forms of this. It might be a learning curve for you. Really could be a very big learning curve for you. But you're gonna find a way that it makes it more productive for you to make your life easier at the end of the day. Because it's like you could be doing, that Four of Wands is our home space, our celebratory space. You could be working from home more. You could be making adjustments. You may be learning different ways of doing things. I also feel like somebody else is coming in, maybe of higher authority too, to say, wow, like, it's almost like someone's looking at you and going, I understand what you've been through. Let's make this easier on you, and this is how we're going to do this. So somebody is absolutely trying to help you. And then you've got this fuckery in the background of this person who is going to, we'll call it throw you under the bus and create these little moments of just craziness and chaos. Note to you, Scorpio, and note to the cross watcher, if that is you. If you've been this person that's created this chaos, Spirit's keeping score. Karma and balance. It all balances out. So be mindful of that. So Scorpio, let's get you some advice. Scorpio, advice, please, Spirit. The Lotus Throne. It takes courage to trust your inner light, to ascend the throne of your own inner spiritual authority, especially if the light of others around you seems more powerful than your own at times. You are being asked to trust the light within above all. Have faith in your own heart. Know that the divine dwells within you. And this, I cannot talk, good Lord. Know that the divine dwells within, is with you always. Good grief. All right, one more for Scorpio, please, Spirit. You have anything else for Scorpio? Anything else for Scorpio? Divine connection. There's that connect card back there, right? The inspired intuitive messages you have been receiving, which are unconditionally loving, fearless, and encouraging of you to grow and be your true self, are from your higher guidance. Beings of divine light are guiding you with messages of unconditional love. It is safe to trust in your growing divine connection and inner knowing. Doing so will bring you great joy. Scorpio, pay attention to those intuitive messages, especially with this moon. That energy is still going to linger for some time. Utilize that. So dreams, your intuitions, your intuition, your downloads. Pay attention to the messages that are coming through, because I do feel like there's going to be a fork in the road for you, that you're going to have to make a judgment call. And this is going to help move you forward, though. It may feel a little difficult, but you're going to be able to do it. Scorpio. What a reading. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave it there. If you found this video resonated for you, hit that like, share, subscribe. Feel free to comment as well. Keep comments nice. Again, if you're interested in personal readings, that information is in the description box below the About section of the page, and you can reach me at holisticallyzenwv.com. New beginnings, Scorpio. New beginnings are on the horizon. Don't give up now. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.